Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Plus. Today we're checking out Bridge Farm by Gentester. Let's check out the map. Here we are at Bridge Farm. To the northeast is Solitude. To our west is Dragonbridge, and to our east is Morthal. And here we are again at Bridge Farm. When you arrive, you'll have a for sale sign, and it will charge you 18,000 septims to buy the farm. And upon purchase, you'll get the key, the deed, and then a note about the farm's capabilities. As we enter the front gate, to the right we have a bed of flowers, and behind that we have a shrine to Talos. As we step back and look at this great windmill, inside we have a grain mill, so you can make flour, straw, etc. Next to the grain mill, we have a spot for our chickens and their nests, a couple of apiaries, a few more chickens and nests, and then you have a nice row of flowers over here, some death bells, and then you've got a garden with 50 fertile soils so you can plant whatever you want. And along with those 50 fertile soils, you have some potatoes, some leeks, and some cabbages, and some carrots sprinkled in. Personally, alchemy plays a large role in all of my playthroughs, so I would definitely get this place just based on the fact that it has a large garden. But to top it off, next to it you have a greenhouse as well, with another 9 fertile soils where you can plant whatever you want. You also have some Jazbay grapes, and look at all of this great glass in the structure of the building. Very cool. Over here you've got some custom models. Here is a book that is your enchanting table, and then here's one that's your alchemy lab. And you have a few storage containers within this area too. Basically, my logic says if a home has a greenhouse, it's a keeper. There's just a certain magic and pop of color within a greenhouse. Next, we find an area to dry our laundry and a rocking horse. And then we have a gated-in area for cows and goats, which also contains harvestable apple trees. You can milk these cows once a day to gain a jug of milk and Bridge Farm dairy cream. The mod author says sometimes the cows accidentally kick over the bucket during the animation, but he believes that probably happens in real life too, so it makes it all the more immersive. Let's take one more look back at our cows and our goats. And now we'll continue on. Next, we have a building where you can have 3 followers stay, and it's no load door. Here's a cooking pot for them. There's one of our beds. And there are the other 2. Simple enough. Outside of the front door you have a well, and then you have an area to wash your clothes, and there's a washboard, and a shrine to Stendar. And here's a stable for your horses. I remember someone in one of my last videos said that they didn't like the stables or the area for the animals because the animals wouldn't like them. I bet you they'd like this area. And look over here where you have some vegetable storage, some flour storage, and a bunch of harvestable ingredients above. And then on this side of the room we have a butter churn that will occasionally give you 10 butter. And then this is to refrigerate your dairy cream and your milk and butter before you take it to the market to sell. That looks like an ice cream maker or something up there. Oh, and look at those cream jars, that's neat. Okay, moving along. Around the other side of these stairs we have a washroom, so you can make sure that you're clean before entering your house after a long day's work. As you can see, I've already turned the knob to turn the shower on, and then this knob over here controls the sink, and that also works. And just to remind you, so far since we've entered no load doors. That's pretty impressive. Alright, we're going to head into the house soon. But first, let's check out the deck. And you've got an outdoor oven. And looking off of the deck, we have some great views of our cows and goats, chickens, our flowers. Just an amazing property. And in this chest, they've given us a few smithing supplies for free. And then there's a shrine to Julianos. You have your forge, you've got your smelter, we got our workbench to the left. And going up a couple of stairs, we've got a tanning rack to the right and a grindstone. If we look to the right, we can see the river view. And to our left, we've got another good vantage point of what's going on the farm. Maybe you can spy on your followers sandboxing. And now we're ready to head inside of our home. Okay, as we enter, we've got a nice painting and some cooking pots, some harvestable ingredients, key storage, and another butter churn. Places to store things, another sink. And over to the left, we have some weapon storage, a shrine of Mara, a little mini boat model. Look at that cool chest set. Looks like you've been sewing up some clothes. And for the bookworms of Skyrim, you've got some bookshelves. And okay, that's just a chest for anything. I wanted to make sure it wasn't named. And down here you have a nice painting. A shrine to Kinnereth. 9 chests that are not marked for any particular storage. You can store whatever you want to there. There's a shrine to Akatosh. We've seen just about all of the shrines so far. We're getting pretty close. Off to the right, we have a child's bedroom. Let's get in here and shut the door. Okay, so you've got a couple of wardrobes. There's a shrine of Archay. You've got some little wooden blocks to play with, some teddy bears, a practice dummy, more bears and blocks. And look at this cool artwork. So it looks like you can sleep 2 children. Let's come into our bedroom and shut the door. And look, you've got a little miniature cow on top of your dresser. And look at the miniature dog. Some more great artwork, a candlelit bed. And then over here, it looks like we've got like an elk and a miniature horse. And then between our wardrobes, it looks like we have a shrine to Debella. As for final thoughts, I love that most of this home is no load door. It's packed with features, like all of the crafting stations, grain mill, milkable cows, all of the shrines, 50-ish fertile soils, and room for followers, a spouse, and children. If you like Vanilla Plus styled homes that are feature packed, Bridge Farm might be right up your alley. This concludes our tour of Bridge Farm. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. To see more of my past tours, click the playlist on the top left. To see my future content, click the channel icon on the bottom left to subscribe. And to never miss an episode, click the bell icon to receive notifications of when I post. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.